The Calling of the Grave by Simon Beckett. Read by Jonathan Keeble. Prologue. 1, 2, 8. The numbers of decay. That's the ratio by which all organisms, large and small, decompose. In air, in water, in soil. Provided it's the same climate, a submerged body will take twice as long to break down as one left on the surface. Underground, it will take 8 times as long. 1, 2, 8. It's a simple formula and an inescapable truth. The deeper something is buried, the longer it survives. Bury a body and you deprive it of the carrion-feeding insects that thrive on dead flesh. The microorganisms that would normally digest the soft tissues can't function without air, and the cooling insulation of dark earth further restricts the onset of decay. Biochemical reactions that would normally break down the cells themselves are slowed by the lower temperature. A process that would, under other circumstances, take days or weeks can last for months, years even, sometimes longer. Starved of light, air, and warmth, it's possible for a dead body to be preserved almost indefinitely. Cocooned in its cold burrow, it exists in near stasis, indifferent to the passing of seasons above. But cause and effect applies here as anywhere else. Just as, in nature, nothing is ever truly destroyed, so nothing is ever completely concealed. No matter how deeply buried, the dead can still make their presence known. 1, 2, 8. Nothing stays hidden forever. "8 years ago. Chapter 1. What name is it? The policewoman's face was cold in every sense. Her cheeks were chapped and ruddy, and her bulky yellow jacket was beaded with moisture from the mist that had descended like an earth-bound cloud. She regarded me with what seemed barely restrained dislike, as though holding me responsible for the foul weather and the fact that she was standing out on the moor in it. "Dr. David Hunter, Detective Chief Superintendent Sims is expecting me." With a show of reluctance she considered her clipboard, then raised her radio. "Got someone here to see the SIO? A Mr. David Hunter?" "It's Doctor," I corrected her. The look she gave me made it clear she didn't care. There was a squawk of static from the radio, and a voice said something unintelligible. Whatever it was didn't improve her mood. With a last sour look, she stepped aside and motioned me past. "Straight ahead to where the other vehicles are parked," she said gracelessly. "And thank you," I muttered, driving on. Beyond the windscreen, the world was draped with curtains of mist. It was patchy and unpredictable, lifting one moment to reveal the drab, wet moorland before wrapping white gauze around the car again the next. A little further along, a makeshift police car park had been set up on a relatively flat patch of moor. A policeman waved me onto it, and the Citroen bumped and lurched over the uneven ground as I eased it into a clear space. I switched off the engine and stretched. It had been a long drive, and I hadn't taken a break. Anticipation and curiosity had overcome any inclination to stop en route. Sims hadn't given me many details when he'd called, only that a grave had been found on Dartmoor, and he wanted me to be there while the body was recovered. It had sounded routine, the sort of case I could be called out on several times a year. But for the past 12 months, the words murder and Dartmoor had been synonymous with only one man. Jerome Monk. Monk was a serial killer and rapist who had confessed to murdering 4 young women that we knew about. 3 of them were little more than girls, and their bodies had never been found. If this grave was one of theirs, then there was a good chance the others were also nearby. It would be one of the biggest recovery and identification operations of the past decade, and I definitely wanted to be a part of it. "Everyone's always thought that's where he got rid of his victims," I'd said to my wife Cara in the kitchen that morning as I'd rushed to get ready. We'd been living in the detached Victorian villa in southwest London for over a year, but I still needed her to tell me where things were. "Dartmoor's a big place, but there can't be so many bodies buried out there." "David," Cara said, looking pointedly at where Alice was eating.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?